Hey everyone, it's good to see you all and welcome back to another video. And now for today, I just want to provide a bit of an update for you all regarding the future of my channel, because as crazy as it may seem to admit, I will be starting college within literally the next few weeks after posting this video. And now I'm sure you all kind of know the drill with how this seems to work with channels like my own, but for what may come as a surprise to a decent few of you, I am here to say that I'm not quite ready to put away my channel just yet. And the main reason I say this is that even though my time to film is just about over, I have been and plan to continue following an upload schedule I created all the way back in early to mid 2024, which to this day was probably one of the best time management decisions I've made throughout my entire channel's history. Because while the original list may still look like an absolute overload, simply having a plan for what to upload when had allowed me to become so much more comfortable in terms of my scheduling, and even allowed me to release about 8 to 9 full-length videos in the midst of my hardest year of high school. And as I look back on the experience now, not only do I have the confidence to continue finding a balance as I move forward, but I've even been able to cross off most of what I consider the hardest videos on this list, leaving me with just a select few more to hopefully post as time continues to pass. Now, I'm not going to reveal too much about the specifics of those full-length videos, but another thing I will just briefly go over is a small set of goals I'd still like to hit before I move on. And basically, regardless of how big or small they may seem, or the order in which I choose to commit to them, the first of these goals is to participate in this year's World Trick Shot collab, followed by continuing to work towards mastering 7-ball juggling, which I may even decide to expand on with a couple other tricks since I'm planning to get some new juggling balls very soon. But anyways, besides that, I'm also hoping, even though I haven't shown any of its footage, to either tie or break the world record for the game of 7, which my cousin and I have actually been really close to now for quite some time. And then I guess I'll mention that you guys can probably expect my dice stacking to continue for a little while longer, because aside from the pretty consistent attention they seem to bring, I have already started compiling quite a few clips of it in my camera roll, and even somewhat foresee the opportunity to post an episode as a potential stress reliever if I ever need one. Okay guys, so now that we've established the majority of my channel's future plans, I do have one final announcement for what could possibly be my final fan competition. And I've never seen anyone do this before, so it'll definitely be a little experimental, but to finish the last segment of this video, I would like to offer a couple personal challenges to the members of this trick shot community. And the second part to this is that I actually am planning to offer a prize, which, right before we dive into discussing, will ironically tie all the way back to my original upload schedule discussed earlier. Because if you guys actually take a bit of a closer look at the list, you'll notice that I never got the chance to make anything beyond my 7th fan edit, and considering that one of my original goals was to stretch that series out to at least 10 videos, I have officially decided to set aside edits 8, 9, and 10 as the potential prizes for the 3 individual challenges. Now, to be a little more specific, each of these challenges is a shot I've attempted before but never scored, and essentially if any of you are able to complete one of the 3, I will make you an edit on the conditions that you are a trick shot channel, and I also haven't already made you an edit. And as for the shots themselves, the first is just going to be a bottle cap flick onto the tip of a bottle, which is one I literally started attempting in 2020 and only returned to this year to discover the extreme placement precision needed to score it, even from just a few short feet away. And I will mention that one helpful hint is to remember that the direction of the spin actually matters, because based on my judgment of the bottle, flicking the cap with your left hand is the only way to ensure it can screw itself on properly. So next up, the second shot I would like to see is my original level 100 of dice stacking trick shots, featuring what may just be the coolest dice replacement of all time. And unlike the last one, this was a shot I attempted over just one extended period of time, spending around 15 hours trying to get right, since this one's really all about an ideal surface. And last but not least, the third and final challenge I will offer remains somewhat of a fleeting idea I had, since very few recorded attempts actually went into it before I started to see the faults of my approach. Because despite being a fairly doable shot, this cap flick bullseye is probably the hardest shot I've ever tried to capture on camera, since almost no combination of lighting and camera angles will clearly show the spinning point's visibility, all while it remains a gamble for the point to actually stick to the dartboard. However, if any of you guys have the stamina to officially take on one of these challenges, I will be accepting any and all raw clip or montage submissions via either email or link through a comments section, although I would prefer that the video containing your shot only be uploaded to YouTube. And if it comes down to it in the end, I am more than happy to extend my list of future content to make, especially if it means keeping each of you guys more engaged as I continue on. Alright, so that should now officially be everything I have to mention for today, so thank you guys for bearing with me until now, and while this may seem like quite a load for the current position I am in, I will remind you guys that this is basically every possible thing I could see myself doing after this video, a fair portion of which, in spite of the fact that my actual content will be limited, may not even happen considering just how quickly my plans could change. Because as it is expected from my family, both my education and making new connections will always come first as I move forward, although I will make sure to keep doing my best in keeping you all updated on this channel. But anyways, that's going to be about all I have to say, so thank you guys again for sticking around, and I hope to see you all again soon. Later.